Today, I'm critiquing the best mansion tour video from Japan. And then I'm going to give it an Arvin score at the end of the video. My name is Arvin Haddad. I'm the How to Buy a Mansion guy. If you're interested, watch this video with me.
Welcome to the most exclusive showcase property of the year. My name is Eric, and behind me we're looking what's called the ultimate lifestyle estate. Right now we're located in Shibuya, Shōtō, one of the most prestigious areas of Tokyo. This is the area where diplomats, the most influential people of Japan, and business leaders call home.
Why is it important to live next to the embassies and the diplomats? And if you're thinking, oh, it's really convenient to renew my visa, that's incorrect. Historically speaking, in capital cities of countries, neighborhoods where the embassies or consulates are happen to be some of the most expensive, safest neighborhoods. Why? One, governments have a way bigger budget than civilians like me and you. Second, rental income of properties that cater to the diplomats that live in this area, that want to be walking distance to the embassies where they work at, create hard currency, typically US dollar, and that pushes property prices higher.
Behind me, this property has been brought to you by AX, Apollo e-housing exclusive.
Well, let's talk about the architectural style, because I know what you're thinking. Arvin, where the hell are the windows? This is just like walls. It looks like a little bunker, like a data center. There's good reasons for it. There are times that this is appropriate, and Tokyo happens to be one of them. Tokyo, the street grid structure, as much as they wanted to renew it and bring it to the world, after the World War II, they just never had the budget for it. They pretty much built exactly where the old homes were. So they're super, super narrow. And for someone who has 3 clients in Japan, I can tell you, the streets are not the most prettiest, okay? Even in the leafier neighborhoods like Shōtō. Now, in cases like this, where the city grid is really, really tight, you have massive amount of privacy issues if you put windows out. A lot of these bigger mansions look in. And how do you achieve that? You create an internal courtyard that gives you that greenery, and you have the whole property looking inside to this little oasis you created. It's not appropriate for everywhere, but it is a solution for really busy streets where there's a lot of structures next to each other. There's no height limits in some areas where you have properties looking down on you. You want to create this little nest and protect it with walls around it.
And this property redefines what's possible in Tokyo luxury market. In this corner plot of land of 560 square meters, we're looking at 1,400 square meters of living space. Let's explore this property in more details. Come with me. We're going to be looking at 5-bedroom with living room space and most exciting, this entertainment area in a basement floor. It comes with 4-car parking in the garage, and let's go check inside.
Please come in.
Now, finally, let's step inside this beautiful masterpiece.
Okay, this entrance is way more important than you think. And if I don't explain it to you right now, you'll be all confused as to the layout of the property because it's tricky. Listen to this. This entrance does a bunch of different things at the same time and is beautiful. It first repositions you so you enter the property some somewhat center to the heart of the house, avoiding the garage. Meanwhile, this little courtyard creates a little vibe change. It's like your private driveway, right? It changes the mood. You have a showcase glass view into the garage where you can park your beautiful, whatever, classical car right there and come in. And right away to your left, there's a stairway to go upstairs to your family living. And straight ahead is an area where there's a little lounge to meet, people who are attending to you for your work or whatever. It's a little reception area.
Now we're in the hallway and we're gonna walk down this beautiful lounge hotel kind of space. You can go ahead and test this very nice, comfortable chairs by Minotti. So Apollo loves to combine this whole architect with the Italian furniture, and this time for this house, throughout entire space, you'll see lots of Minotti furniture. On this side, you see this vault-like center garden masterpiece that you see each level of the house with lots of greenery and sunlight. And on the back side of this whole lounge, you see this very nice display of wine cellar that can have up to 1,500 bottles of the best collection that owner can have. Do you want to walk in?
Oh, that's amazing. I can totally imagine that all the wines are from Italy or France and all over the world, and you can enjoy with the guests. This room is temperature controlled, so you can preserve your wine very good condition.
Okay, 4 critical points. The ceiling heights are really low on this level, but guess what? They make up for it on the basement and upper floors is not an issue. Second, they combine their formal living space with their wine cellar. Brilliant move. This is more of a reception area. The house is over 10,000, 11,000 square feet. It's a huge, massive house, very vertical, and you need this formal living space that opens up to the beautiful courtyard where you greet people, maybe business colleagues or people you just don't want to show the intestines of the house to. You're not that close to them. Third, you don't have a powder room right next to the door, and that is a big, big drawback of this property. In fact, lack of bathrooms is a big, big issue in this property. And fourth, pay attention to where the courtyard is within the lot. A lot of times, architects use a courtyard incorrectly. They first make a decision of having a courtyard, and then they place it and they try to work around it. As to an architect comes, looks at the property and says, where should I place the courtyard on the lot to unlock the potential of the lot? And they've done it over here. Pay attention, see if you can spot it.
Right next to the lobby, there is this space which now has been left empty. However, owner planning to put some nice pieces of art. So while guests waiting for the owner, they can also enjoy this nice, beautiful art pieces. And down this hallway, we're gonna check out his masters. And in fact, there's also hers masters on the 3rd floor of the house. So the owner of this house is very busy and successful entrepreneur. And when he comes home late, he actually did not want to bother his entire family that is on the 2nd floor and the 3rd floor.
So he's doubling down? You've already screwed up. You're just not even gonna go into bed? I'm sure the wifey loves this. As far as you're concerned, think of us as the junior primary suite or a guest bedroom. It's just perfect. On the ground level, they can come in and out without bothering you, without going in your living quarters, in-laws, whatever. Great location for a guest bedroom.
And on his master's bedroom, there is also ensuite bath as well as walk-in closet. Now, let me show you the basement floor of the house, which is my favorite one. This entire basement floor is over 500 square meters, which is about 6,000 square feet of recreation, relaxation, entertainment area. And we are currently at a central lounge area. And right next to it, we have a theater lounge. We have chef's kitchen. We have chef's dining. We have amusement corner. There is a golf range, fitness room, billiard, and there is also one part that I'm gonna keep it a secret and I'm gonna show you at the end. The first corner we're gonna check out is this golf range simulator. It is a very Japanese culture to play golf, and having golf range simulator at your house is considered luxury. Also, you have this very cool technology that you can see your swings. The other feature is that this entire basement floor has its 3.5 meter ceiling height, where it allows you to comfortably practice swings.
Forget about golf or swinging anything. High ceilings on the basement level is the definition of ultra luxury, especially or even more so on a property with an internal courtyard. Why? Because that is the floor where the courtyard is actually level with the basement, right? So you have this humongous volume, huge opening, and if you don't even give it the right ceiling height, it's gonna look squished. So I am so impressed by the fact that this space looks proportional. We're still missing massive amount of bathrooms. I haven't seen a single powder room in any of the living spaces over here, but I'm very, very happy with this area. The landscaping in the courtyard, extremely poor for how much opportunity is there to just really bring that, Japanese garden into it and really that oasis. And, forget about this fact that you live in Tokyo, the busy hustle bustle, concrete jungle. This was a huge opportunity to really have that indoor-outdoor flow into the courtyard where these glasses would open up and you can go, and also something beautiful to really zen out to.
Now, let's move to chef's dining and chef's kitchen area. This is one of the biggest chef's kitchen and chef's dinings I've ever seen in Japanese homes. It's very rare to have this much sitting just for the dining. You can fit up to 12 people. And the other cool feature that I noticed is this use of materials of the dining area and kitchen. For the kitchen, you can tell me more.
Yes, this is imported from Czechia, and also the coffee machine and the dishwasher are from Gaggenau, and those two ovens are from Mide.
Okay, let's talk about the chef's kitchen and the finishes in the basement because I'm not impressed and I will tell you guys why. Whenever in a basement or any space with high ceiling, you decide to swap the wooden floors and put it on the ceiling and go with the darker floors on the bottom, you have to pay attention to, ramp up the notch of the natural wood higher because the ceiling is not in your line of sight, right? As to floors is much closer to you and you see it, it brings that natural element into it. So if this comes across as 20% wood, 80% grays of different material, it should have been maybe 40% or 30%. And to use this chef's kitchen experience as, again, all grays and blacks was a missed opportunity to bring a little bit of more brown and natural elements to the basement to make it more like a single family home where you do actually have a courtyard. And as for the Chepo stone they use for the kitchen counters, the bigger these pebble pieces are, the faster this is going to go out of style. It's funny because I've been following different finishes and trends that come and go, and it seems like they catch on quicker in the whole globe as social media is so, every day everyone is using it, but also they go out of style even quicker than they came in style. So pay attention to that.
Now let's move to this amusement area.
Yes, this is called Mahjong, and it's kind of difficult to remember the rule, but let's try.
Okay, do you know the rules?
Yes.
Okay, cool. You can maybe teach me.
Yes.
And also on the other corner, I see this slot machine. Now I understand what did you mean by Las Vegas of Tokyo. Can you tell me more? What is it?
This is a slot machine, and I'm so surprising that just a luxury house with those amusement system.
Super cool.
Dude, they were empty inside. They didn't look like they work. That was a really poor attempt at a game room or a poker room or whatever it was. First of all, it seemed like it should have combined that with a cigar lounge because it was covered in glass at the top. You could have given that man cave to it and you had proper air conditioning. It just, the slot machines without the handles are not doing the trick for me.
In this cinema area, you have this 200-inch screen that you can enjoy movies, footballs, sports, and anything. This sofa also extends from the central lounge area and it's all connected and very consistent, which I really like.
I like it too. I love the fact that they didn't try to partition this basement. They would have killed it, okay? The whole point of this basement is that it's wide open, right? It's wide open, it's lively, and it's even more precious in a really tight vertical city like Japan. So this is like as ultra luxury as you can think of it, okay? I am really worried about the echoes because of these glasses. I don't think the panels alone would do the trick. All these glasses are going to really have an echo problem.
Now let's continue to the other corner of this basement area, which is billiard. So owner have named this area 8, which is his favorite number.
Dude, you could have had 8 billiard tables here. It's so wasteful. Okay, try to think of how you would have redesigned this room to give it a little bit more functionality. I will reveal my idea in a few minutes. Pay attention.
At the end of the hallway, there's actually a secret entrance, which feels like a secret entrance to the bar, and it takes directly to the basement floor.
Now you know why the guy is not sleeping next to his wife. He's partying with his Yakuza homies in the basement. Now, did you come up with the redesign for this room? It's critical. Why the hell when you walk down the stairs, you have to stare at a freaking bleached butthole? You need to have a bar there. This basement, it didn't have a proper bar. How could you have a massive 6,000 square feet freaking basement with amazing ceiling height and a freaking pool table and not a bar? The entrance gives you that vibe that you enter into a bar, and then the rest of the house is just, the living areas, the chef's kitchen is, you can even close it off with a curtain. You can have a little nightclub there, right? You can have a little lounge over there with your friends without showing them the rest of the property. Again, huge missed opportunity.
Another corner of this house is for the fitness. There's 3 equipments, but pretty much you can cover all the exercises with these 3 machines while enjoying the view of the greenery of the central garden area of the entire house.
Eric, what's inside of the hidden door?
Let's take a look.
Yes.
Cha-jam. This is karaoke secret area. of the house.
Very appropriate, very, very cool. You kind of have two theaters because this could pretty much be like a small home theater as well, or a screening room. But most importantly, this wall where the curtain is at the end of the lot. And this puts the internal courtyard in perspective for you. They didn't put the internal courtyard in the center smack off the lot, which everyone does. They put it where it solved it. And in fact, not just it's at the end of the lot, but not all the way. There's a little pocket behind it. But also, it's not even center on the width. It's a little skewed to one side as to the gym area was much more narrow than the billiard area. That solves the issue to have a proper billiard room or a bar there, and also bedrooms with a hallway connecting them on the upper floors. Now, let's say if you're not into karaoke and you find this really redundant because you have a living room upstairs that you haven't seen, and you already had a humongous basement living area with a movie theater, which you could have done karaoke there as well. You could turn this into a Japanese sauna, a Japanese hot tub that opens up to your gym on one side and also to your internal courtyard, which is zen and beautiful.
Now we are on the second floor of the house. This is where LDK area is, which stands for living, dining, kitchen. One thing that you notice on this floor, the basement was for the entertainment or for the guests. However, this one is only for your family.
And I think I finally found the powder room. There's like no powder rooms in this house. But pay attention to the ceiling heights. The fact that both your basement level and your family living quarters have fantastic ceiling heights. And at the same time, I love how the kitchen interacts with your family living and family dining area. Beautiful.
And you see this different transition of the color patterns. Here, it's a lot more bright and more warm colors, which gives really feeling of cozy and home. Now we can go through the kitchen. Over here in the kitchen, we have gas stove right here. We have also built-in fridge. We have dishwasher, IH stove. And I wonder, what is this? This looks like TV to me. Yuka, what is it?
Actually, this is the ventilation from Gaggenau.
Okay, I see. Very cool.
What is this, bro? Amateur hours? Watch a couple Ennis videos. This is the big leagues, bro. You don't know what that is? Okay, let's talk about the kitchen. Extremely uninspiring. Just gray and black. Come on. Okay, you can keep it simple, right? But you just don't have to go all black. Again, the same issue I had with the basement level, that ratio, it's all about percentages, okay? You have to bring a little bit more natural wood. It would only look better. You don't need to go 20, 30%, even 10%. A little touch of natural wood in that kitchen would just make it so much more earthier.
Now, next to the dining area, there's this very nice line of the counter space, which visually separates the dining area between living room area. And it also serves as a place where you can put art, as well as extra storage spaces right here. And the last part of this LDK area is this very nice, comfortable living room area, which also offers this very cozy tone of the furniture. And obviously this area offers 5.5 meter ceiling, which is very, very tall. So this outdoor area is very spacious. It could serve as a barbecue. At the same time, owner decided to actually mount the basketball court and practice basketball shots with his son.
Why? You've created this oasis at a second story level where it looks like a single family home, one story. Brilliant. Like it's an amazing space, and you're turning it into an urban, street ballin' like in Harlem or something. What are you doing? Landscaping is extremely poor. You could have even had a small dipping pool over here on this edge to give that single family vibe. Where is the soil? Where is the grass? Come on. This is a huge mess. You really could have made something extremely special over here. And this is, by the way, a common theme in architects I see in Japan. If you've ever tried to build something in Japan, you would know this. The architects just want to repeat their last projects. They have this sense of just, like the sushi guy who makes the rice for 20 years. They just want to do the same thing exactly over and over, like perfecting a design, and they just don't adapt to the wants and need of the lot. And this is exactly why I do consulting. Most architects in Japan have 1/10 of creativity of this guy. He's actually done a pretty damn good job. But then again, they miss so many things where it could have been so much better. I got a client in Nisako, I got a client in Karizawa, and I got a client right south of the neighborhood, right below Shōtō. It's called Aobadai. It's beautiful area, beautiful area. And when I was in Japan recently, I even met up with them. If you're interested, if you want to get pressure tested all your decisions, right, before you submit the plans, and then have me 12 months to support you, I would love to be that guy too. Here's the link. Fill out the form. If you're a right fit, I would love to have you join the community we have.
And this entire area is also very nice and offers 100% privacy. Even your neighbors right next to it, because of the film, they cannot actually see inside the house. So you have this very nice outdoor, but keep your privacy to yourself.
And you made a half-court basketball. Brilliant. So disappointing.
Now down the hallway, we're gonna check out 3 bedrooms that are all equal size and meant for the kids. Every single bedroom offers very basic desk station, bed, and closet space.
And Eric, you forget to mention about the wall, because it seems like a wall, but actually these are storages.
Oh wow.
So the kids can keep the room as very clean and tidy.
Okay, a very narrow hallway and 3 really small bedrooms. But overall, I'm all for this decision because this internal courtyard really forces this narrowness on this side, and I would do the same thing. Why? Because it gives you this internal oasis from this level and all the other levels. You get the natural light coming, and it's exactly what you would want in a busy city in Tokyo. You want privacy and you want that greener, single family home vibe and energy where you reside.
Now, this is the final floor, 3rd floor of the house. The first area that we're gonna see is this creative zone where it could be used as a library as well as this entertainment space for the kids.
Let me introduce the her masters. Here are a double queen size bed, and which is very spacious, and you also can enjoy the greenery view. Here is a beautiful makeup dresser. You can make up every morning in here with the beautiful big mirror. Here is a private room. So once you got tired, and you can relax here and with the green, beautiful view.
What do you mean? That was the primary suite? Where's the bathroom? What's this architect's issue with bathrooms? It didn't have a bathroom on the 3rd floor. You had a sink. Where are you going to use the toilet? Where are you going to wash yourself? And then you have a tiny, tiny walk-in closet. Again, this whole upper floor needs to be, that library is going to go. You're going to need all that square footage to properly fit a his and her closet. Also, at the same time, a proper bathroom, because otherwise you just don't have enough space. Okay, let's give it an Arvin score. Location, Shōtō, and to a lesser degree, Aobadai, is this 2 little gems, right? Little pockets where the way the roads and the train tracks cut them off, it creates a little pocket that you would never even know it's there. They're super safe, obviously, it's Japan, but also leafy green next to park and very close to top shopping centers and restaurants and everything without being really into the tourist area. Fantastic location. Lot quality, you got 6,000 square feet. It's really, really bad, but it's impressive how they've made it work with the basement level. It's gonna get a 3. Lot utilization, this is beyond maxed out. I mean, there's no setbacks, right? I believe it's over 200% of lot size, the build area. It gets an absolute 0. Privacy, this was really, really impressive. You're obviously very close to your neighbor where they can hear you, but there was no line of sight to the inside of the property, and for that reason I'm going to give it an 8. Lot orientation, you're southwest facing, and then at the same time you got the internal courtyard with a lot of floor to ceiling glass bringing natural light in. You are next to a park, a little bit too close for my comfort, and also next to a sport complex. I'm going to give it a 9. Architectural style. Look, it wasn't ugly, but it wasn't really pretty either. And it wasn't innovative in the sense that they introduced new material on the facade or did some impressive things. It was pretty simple. But what was incredible was the fact that they took this kind of a wedding cake closed off from the exterior approach to really create an oasis, and the positioning of the internal courtyard was spot on. And for all those reasons alone, I'm going to give it an 8.5. Views, look, it's not really a view property. You saw a couple high rises here and there. I give it a 1. Layout. This was actually pretty impressive for how small the lot is. They had a delayed wow factor. They threw that storytelling. You had a 4-car garage, and then you had that formal living space that really functioned at multiple levels. You had a guest bedroom on a separate level. The basement was awesome. We couldn't find any powder room. The family room was great, but the landscaping was weak. The primary bedroom didn't have a bathroom. It was weird. I'm still gonna give it a 6. Scale and volume. I'm really glad they sacrificed the ground level to give the upper and lower floor volume. I think that was a fantastic decision. The 3 kids' bedrooms were really small, but overall, I give it a 7. Finishes. It was luxury, but definitely not bespoke or ultra luxury. And the landscaping was just so poor. I can't give it anything more than a 6. Now here's the Arvin score. And if you want to see another property I critiqued in Japan, watch this video. And here's the link to the inner circle. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the comments. Take care.